morning. We're at day 3 at Healing for the Ages seminar here in Dallas. So we're here with all the top doctors, and we're having a great time treating people, introducing them to the True Laser, and we've had a wide variety of different people who've been treating for different conditions. Tim has volunteered to do a trauma for us, right? So he had an acute trauma. We just met here this weekend. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and what happened to you.
Absolutely. So Tim James here, founder of chemicalfreebody.com. I'm a health coach. I'm a 52-year-old athlete, and I was actually throwing some lumber, some big heavy plywood, subflooring to put in for a music studio in my shop. And when I reached out, my elbow popped, which I've never had anything like that in my whole life as an athlete. And I was like, oh my God, what's this? And I'm like, right before I'm leaving for A.G.E.S, and then my buddy's like, don't worry, you're going to the Healing for the Ages conference. There's probably going to be somebody there that can help you.
So that's why we're here. We have things that can help you at home, to help you manage and take control of your own health. And that's why I created the True Laser. So it's an at-home device that you can use. So as soon as you injured it, if you have the laser, I would say start lasering immediately multiple times. Since we got here, we probably treated you like twice a day.
Yeah.
Right? And so we're on day 3, well, day 4 because we got here Wednesday. So we're looking at day 4 in that. And when we first started out, I did some work and checking some range of motion just on how the movement was of your wrist. So I was looking at extension, which was really decreased. Flexion was pretty good. And this one was off. So we pretty weren't sure if it was here where he tore the pronator teres here on the medial aspect, or the brachioradialis. And it seems to us for the examination that was predominantly the brachioradialis. So point where you have the most pain now, or where the most feeling is.
Yeah,
right there.
Been
right there, which is exactly where that muscle goes, right? But we didn't know in the beginning, so mostly I'm just doing acute pain. So I checked you for strength. So can you take your pinky and your thumb, put that together for me? Good. That's pretty strong. It's gone down just a touch, not much here. And then go here, and that's nice and strong. So if it goes weak here, that means that we have some trapping from the nerve here. So he was reaching and pulling, right? You're throwing things.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that there's going to be extension from the neck all the way down. So when I check here and I have weakness, we have something from the neck down. When I put the palm down and I check for strength here and it goes weak, then we know it has from the elbow down. This was super weak day 1, and now how's it feel?
Yeah, it's strong.
It's rock hard, right? It really is strong, and that's what we want. So when the muscle gets turned back on, it can support the joint. When he tore that, there was not much support in the joint. Then he did the push-ups, and then the body did what? It's very smart. It says, I'm going to cast it myself. So you got the inflammation and locked up. We had decreased range of motion. And what was the hardest thing for you to do? Extend your arm, right?
Yeah.
But when you try to extend your arm was really,
and then also like rotate, because I also play guitar, and so I can't get to the strings, and now I could get to them. Yeah. The first 2 days I couldn't even. I was like, I didn't even bring my guitar because I'm like, what's the point?
A man of many talents. In fact, he was doing a studio, right? Weren't you building a studio?
Yeah, we're building a music studio.
Music studio. So it comes to it. So it looks great today. This strength is really good. So I'm going to take you through some of the things we did. So we treated the elbow, we treated the neck first, and then we came down to the elbow. And I love using this product. It's called Lactigo. So it's used predominantly for athletes, and he's pretty much an athlete, but it's also great for home use. Lactigo has menthol as the active ingredient, but that's only just because it needs to be on the label. But it's really carnosine. So they're delivering carnosine topically because you can't get it through the gut, right? So it goes directly in. So I'm going to show you we're going to take the carnosine, and it also has magnesium, which relaxes the muscles, relaxes everything. And we're going to dry that in with the laser. So I'm going to take the Lactigo, and I'm just going to put it on here. This is just a little sample one. You can see it's a gel, and that. We're going to rub that on in. I'll let you rub that in, if you don't mind. So we're going to rub that in. And then I'm going to turn on the laser.
Just on that side?
Yeah, just on there, wherever you feel it. So you're going to go wherever. So with athletes, we have you put the Lactigo on before you go out, right, and do your exercise for runners. But it's used all throughout.
So it's all the way in?
Yeah, so it's all the way in. That's good. It'll dry in a second. So we do this before you go out. So you see it a lot in the NHL. Every single one of the hockey players are using this product and starting to come to the, they're going to introduce it to the public, which is really cool. So it's just coming out in the public. So what I do is I turn the laser on. It's just this top button here. And we're going to use 2 different lasers, and you're going to see that it flashes or it pulsates, right? So we have 6 diodes that you can see that are red and 6 infrared that you can't see by the naked eye. So there's 12 lasers going in here, and it's my 20 top precision pulsations. And so we just laser it here just to drive it in. It's called photon-phoresis. So we're using the photons, even activate it and drive her deep into the muscle. Like I say, he's a pretty stout guy. He's got some big muscles, right? So we want to get it deep in there. When we do that, it, number one, heals the nerve. So the nerve controls this, and that's what I checked here with the hands and the hand strength. I'm checking the nerves as well as the hand strength, and then we go to the muscles. He's taking some deep breaths here through it, and so we're going to do that just till it comes back in. And then the other part was that we have an electrical stim here, a microcurrent, 3 different bars here of the stimulation. 2, 3. I like to be on the first bar. He's a tough guy, so we might go to 2, but I'm not sure yet. It's going to be up to him. Now, we have straps that you can put here, so you can just strap that on his arm for 5 or 10 minutes, which would be wonderful. Right now, we're just showing you how to do it in the application of it. So once I drive it in, I like to put the E stem and drive that nerve. I'm a nerve guy, right? That's my background. Chiropractic postgrad degree was in neurology. So the nerve controls everything. My mantra is you can't have healing or immunology without the neurology. So I always do the neurology first, and that's sort of my claim to fame for the last 30 years. So what are you feeling? You feeling any tingling there with the E stem? All right. So it's the tolerance. So I'm going to go up 1 more bar, right? So we're at 2 bars.
Now I can feel it.
Now we can feel it. So if you're a little petite person, 1 bar might be too much for you. So we're going to have to work you in. The nice thing about the laser, it's a biomodulator. So sometimes you don't feel it because the nerve volume is so low. It takes a while for the laser and electrical stim to bring it up. And sometimes it's super hypersensitive. At this point, we've been working on it. I think we have it at a really good state. It's really modulated well. So once we do these 2 things, put in the Lactigo, drive it in, get him to feel it, and then I'll come back. And this is where you sort of need someone to do some body work, or you need a percussor or something of that nature. So he had a huge ball in here. Would you say there was just a big knot in there?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now it's really soft. It's not completely gone away, but it's localized. That's what I want to do. I mean, this was just swollen. Everything was inflamed. So you can see
This is all swollen down here.
all the way down.
Lift it up. It made my forearm look bigger, but
Yeah, Popeye. Yeah, a little temporary Popeye look. You took some pictures for later. You know, you can say, hey, man, this is when I was really ripped. I have all those greens really making my forearms. So again, then we come in and we just relax this. You could do this at home, or you could take a percussor unit or something and come in here and just release the muscles. See them down below. Right here is where the median nerve comes between the 2 heads of the coronary arteries. And then we have the musculocutaneous nerve, the coracoid brachialis up top here in the shoulder. And we just want to keep working on that until we get it to release. So that's sort of the technique that we're going to do. We just wanted to share that with you, and we wanted to thank you for just coming in and being part of what we're doing here. And we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to do some videos, and we're just continue to have some fun, and we're going to share the laser love. So we're just going to keep working out this muscle here. Again, we really I wasn't sure in the beginning if it's this medial head of the coronary arteries, which goes here, and the median nerve runs between it, brachioradialis, or maybe because it was right here, I thought maybe the bicep or tendon, right? But usually when you tear the bicep, it rolls up there and almost hits you in the head, right? So it wasn't the bicep or tendon. So we know it's pretty much from treating the last 2 or 3 days, this brachioradialis, and I can tell you, it's so much softer than it was before. So we haven't had any imaging done. I think we might do that here next week or so, just so we know what we're against. But there's no major tears that I see. But with the sound and the way you've been around and being an athlete, never heard that before, a big pop usually means that's what happens when I tore my hamstring, right? Oh my gosh, brutal. So when you hear that big pop, you're always a little bit scared. And I can tell you, This is where you just have to come in, put on the Lactigo, do the laser, reset the nerve, and then you just have to get in here and let the laser do its job. So your muscle needs energy to make a muscle contraction. It needs just as much energy to relax. And so the laser is shooting photons into the muscle, into the body, in there on the mitochondria of the cell. And we talk a lot about mitochondrial dysfunction. Oh, there it just popped. His elbow popped. Do you hear that? Yeah, that's opened up. So this is compressed. So the laser's increasing mitochondrial ATP, and it's the ATP that allows you to release the muscle spasms and break those actin myosin heads that are stuck there. That's the spasm part of it. We got the carnosine working through the and the magnesium through the Lactigo, and so this is just a huge win. So we got photon-phoresis, we got 2 lasers, we got electrical stimulation going on, and we're just doing some myofascial release. He told us, and not only did he hear here, but it came all the way down. So it comes all the way down, and then it comes all the way up. So again, we're working all the way up here too. I could feel the elbow just shifted and opened up for me in this compression part, and that's unwinding nice. Can you feel it changing and see how it's torquing? It's going clockwise on me. So that myofascia runs deep and it releases in different areas. Now it's coming up in the shoulder. Yeah, it's coming up into the shoulder. Yeah. So when you hurt it, other muscles have to recruit and stabilize the joint. And when you do things like push-ups afterwards, it says, okay, I don't think I want you to do that anymore. So I'm going to basically splint it myself. So the body's going to do its own natural splint. So we learned, but you don't know. You were testing it, right? You're testing it. Oh, how bad is it? I don't know. Can I do a push-up? Tell us about it. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if I could do more push-ups. I like doing push-ups. So I got down there and did one, and I was like, well, it didn't. I went really slow, and I'm like, well, it didn't hurt. So I did another one. I'm like, well, maybe the muscles and the tendons that I'm using for push-ups are not the one that was used that I hurt. So I could still do that and not bother it. But and then when it seized up the next day, then I was like, I better just not do anything.
Yeah. So, of course, we got to test ourselves. So, again, the beauty about having a laser at home is that you could start lasering immediately.
Yeah.
Get the inflammation down. In an athlete, whether it's a professional athlete or just someone that's just a weekend warrior, if you hurt yourself, you need to laser immediately. That's what we do with every soccer player, baseball player, you name it. You're an athlete, you hurt yourself. When you start lasering, immediately. We don't wait and see, right? This isn't a wait and see game anymore, right? Oh, my kid just got hit with a soccer ball and so was really dizzy or something like that. When do you start waiting? Are we going to wait and see? No, we start lasering. We start working on them immediately. And that's the beauty of having a laser at home. It's probably like an emergency essential. So you hurt yourself in an acute situation. And then it also works great for chronic conditions, neck pain, back pain, knee pain.
So if somebody's mowing the lawn, trimming, they tweak their back, stub their toe.
Mm-hmm.
What about open wounds?
Open wounds. Those are so easy. Take a picture because it's going to blow your mind. Take a picture and then start lasering. That's when you would want to laser like maybe 3 to 4 times in a day, and you can see the changes. So I worked with a lot of plastic cosmetic surgeons, and it's really wild how the laser will help wound healing. Most of the research in the early days, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, was on pain and wound healing, right? So wound healing's phenomenal. I had a brown recluse spider bite here, right? And boy, that was a bad one. Tried to take me down. That little spider brown want to take you down. And so it was swollen. It was like a volcano. And I still have a little scar here. Now I've waited it because I'm going to change that scar, but I'm going to videotape it. But I had a scar here in my hand for like 40 years before I got the lasers, from when I was a kid climbing a tree at the Colorado River. And as a kid, you picked on a little bit, became hypertrophic. In between treatments, I just laser my hand. 6 weeks, it was completely flat. So it's great for this C-section.
Yeah, those hypertrophic areas is really good too, because those can get really thick.
And
then scar tissue blocks the meridian flow of electrons.
Exactly. Blocks the energy coming through it. So when we used to do things a lot with laser-assisted liposuction, so that they do incisions on both sides, and guess what? We'd only laser one side because we wanted to see how fast it would heal. Guess what? The laser is not only local, it's systemic. So the side that we didn't even laser healed. Even people that were grown to be hypertrophic keloid. Didn't happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's super important. Burns. Oh my gosh, with burns, it's just fantastic. You burn yourself. And so I work a lot with the Amish, and they're around a lot of fires and a lot of burns and doing different things like that. And I can tell you, they have a bunch of lasers too, and then the laser is phenomenal.
So these lasers don't you don't have to worry about it burning you or nothing.
No,
like that. It's not that.
These are low.
It's not like Star Wars.
Yeah, we have those, right? But this is a low-level laser, so it doesn't work. It works on photobiomodulation.
Will it hurt you if it gets into the eyes?
Yeah, it's like looking in the sun. You don't want to view it to it. Now, I can go like this and I'm okay, right? But I'm not going to force myself. You have a blink reflex. You have a way to look away from it.
Okay.
So just like your mom said, don't look in the sun. Don't look into the laser directly for a long period of time.
So probably not good for little 2-3-year-olds playing around you. It's not for children.
No. We treat a lot of children, but you just have to be a little bit careful there because they're moving around a lot of times. And we do a lot with autism kids, right? Autism, learning disabilities and things like that. We're going to be coming into the brain quite a bit. And so that's something you have to be very careful with on the kids.
Are athletes using it not just for injury, but also for just recovery or anything?
Well, so here's a great example for us. So many years ago, I was doing a lot of the NBA and NFL. I was training the chiropractors that treated the patients. So we had one of the chiropractors treating the Philadelphia 76ers basketball team, right? So we looked at ankle sprains from one year to the next year. So the first year they didn't have a laser, and then we measured the second year, the number of ankle sprains. The number of ankle sprains only went down 10%. But for an athlete, if I treat you before you go out and make sure your muscles and you're in balance, guess what happens? The time to treatment on the year that they didn't have the laser, ankle sprain was out usually 10 to 14 days, and that was sort of this range. So you had mild ones and you had more extreme ones. When they had the laser, the tiny difference between the number of sprains was only 10% less, but the time back to recovery on the court was 3 to 8 days. So we cut it in half, literally cut it in half.
Yeah.
So the recovery part. So if you're going out, I want to make sure that you're in good, positive things. Your myotones are set, your muscles are in balance. So when you take trauma, your body can handle it. So if someone's going to hit you, right, and you know they're going to hit you, what happens? You're ready for it, right? So same thing in trauma. You don't know you're going to get hit. If you're less familiar with that, then you're going to take more trauma, take you longer to recover. But again, we want to do it right away.
So if somebody has one of these at home, and let's say it's fall, it's time to chop wood for the year, and you got to do this in your 60s or something. It's going to knock you back, and your back's going to hurt.
Are you talking about me?
You could zap yourself ahead of time in case you do get injured and you recover faster.
Yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. We're the fall here, and so we call it golly season. I'm up in West Virginia, right? And so this is the best whitewater rafting, like third best in the world, right? So I've been on the lake. I've been kayaking a lot, paddling. I'm a paddling machine. I grew up surfing and everything like that. So before I went out on those runs, and we're talking being out there 4 or 5 hours on the river, and the upper gully has 5 class 5s. I mean, you are paddling all the time, life and death, adrenaline. I was spending through the heck myself in the car. I got the thing on my shoulders and my traps. I'm lasering myself there. After I get home, I'm lasering myself. I'm putting the Lactigo on, and I was able to go back to back to back. So yes, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good preventative.
Yeah, good preventative. Yeah, absolutely. Because you need energy, right? So when you go from that stage of aerobic to anaerobic, what happens? You create lactic acid.
Yeah.
So lactic acid is a chemical pain, right? The muscle spasm, that's a mechanical pain here. But then you get into the chemical, and the chemical, you need your nutrition and everything to push it through the body.
Yeah.
So that's where you come from the laser with the good nutrition, and then the Lactigo, man, you're going to be able to go further, go longer, jump higher, have more fun, and not be as sore when you get into your 60s.
So we'll be doing laser and green juice therapy.
Green juice therapy, putting that Lactigo on there, you're going to do well.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, there you time.
It's feeling better. I'm really excited about this. Probably going to get one for my own home use. Excited for just, life.